We'd been spending too many days on chores and not enough time in the woods. It was time for a quick getaway, so off to the Selway River we went. Join us for a short trip, a Selway Getaway, brought to you by Occidentalist Outdoors. The Selway and Lochsaw Rivers combine at Lowell, Idaho to form the middle fork of the Clearwater River. Once at Lowell, you can follow the Selway River upstream about 21 miles where the road ends and a trail into the wilderness continues to follow the river. Before you reach the end of the road, you'll come to Selway Falls. The salmon run was still on, but we were only able to spot one salmon trying to jump the falls when we were there. Be sure you take a few minutes if you were here in the spring. See if you can spot a few salmon making their way upriver to their spawning grounds. The Selway River was one of the original 8 wild and scenic rivers designated way back in 1968. You don't have to be here long to see why. There are no less than 13 campgrounds of various sizes and levels of amenities on the roaded section of this river. We were looking for something a little more on the primitive side, and we weren't disappointed. There are multiple species of fish in the Selway. The West Slope cutthroats were rising to dry flies as the sun was dipping behind trees just outside of camp.
Wow, beautiful.
Alright, tonight for dinner we're doing Iron Empanadas. Last night at home we went ahead and grilled up the steak and mixed that with a sofrito, and that consisted of an onion, a bell pepper, and some green olives. We got that all mixed, cooled down, brought that out in a bag, so we're all ready to go. We got our pie iron, which we haven't used in a while. So looking forward to that. And we have pre-made puff pastry. So we're taking the shortcut there. We also have a dessert planned for puff pastry. We've been letting this defrost for a while, but it's still feeling a little frozen. This didn't defrost at all. This is not going to work very well.
Okay.
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 All right, we're gonna see if we can put these together. Just wetting these hopefully enough where they're sticky on the edges. The fun and maybe the anxiety of the pie iron is you stick this in a black box and you don't quite ever know what's gonna come out. You hope it's done perfectly. It could be anywhere from not done enough to overdone, so we'll hope we hit it right. But
It's like a surprise.
we'll see what we get. Gonna do a little sticking together, so we've here we go.
Nice pedicles.
Here we go. Okay, we flipped these 4 times. 2 minutes on one side, 2 on the other, then back for 1, and 1 more. Don't want to go too quick, but they're getting there. They're almost there. Probably gonna put these on for 30 seconds more per side. Hope we don't overdo it. But we want to get the middle done too. Of course, the meat's been cooked, but we want to get everything nice and hot. We've got some dipping sauce as well, so it's 1/4 cup mayo, 1/4 cup sour cream with some roasted red peppers. It called for roasted green peppers in the recipe we were following, but we had red peppers, and so we're going with that, and a little chipotle seasoning mixed in there too, all blended together for the dipping sauce. So should be good dinner.
It's gonna be awesome. And we're right by the river, so there's always...
It's gonna always taste better if you eat by the river.
Yeah.
Okay, our picnic table is plastic at this particular campsite, so we found a old cedar stump, and it has been raining. I think we're safe to check our pie iron here.
Yay.
We wanted to get it off the heat. It's looking like it's bubbling really good, so that side is definitely done. Oh yeah,
And so is that side.
we are ready. So we're gonna get this on the plate, and we'll give you a shot of that. We're gonna cut it in half, and should be delicious.
I'm finally
right.
ready.
These should be good.
Flaky crust.
Meat-filled empanadas. Remember, if you do this on a pie iron, it doesn't take long. Check your... rotate a lot and then check it, and you'll be good. We're gonna enjoy. We'll be back with some dessert.
On to dessert.
All right, dinner was really good. We're gonna get this done before it gets dark, so we've got a dessert. Since we had the puff pastry, we figured, what the heck? And thanks to Mom, we also have some apple pie filling.
Thanks, Mom.
Gonna be delicious. So we're gonna split this second puff pastry. We've already spray oiled the pie iron again, and so this is probably gonna be too much for puff pastry, but we'll see what we can do.
There's always ice cream.
Ooh, yeah.
If we had any.
Or we could have picked up some whipped cream. Yeah,
Coulda.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. We're gonna wrap these up again. Alright, and then seemed to work okay last time. Just kind of seal that up. Tuck that into the pie iron. A little messier job this time. Probably the lesson learned is don't overstuff your pastry, but it's hard not to try to max out your apple pie filling when you've got it. So, all right, we're going into the fire. See you in a couple. All right, we're ready for a check. You can see that due to my overfilling, that the crust is kind of bulging at the seams. But yeah, it's looking pretty golden brown. Might be able to go another 30 seconds on
each.
either side, but we're pretty close.
These truly are going to be delicious apple pies. Look at that.
I think we could probably have 4 people here instead of just 2.
Yeah.
Might have to go for a hike tomorrow.
Look at the flaky crust.
It'll be good.
Apple pie.
Give it a
thing.
shot.
There's nothing like having a pie iron, I think, when you're camping.
Quick and easy.
Lots of
These were
fun.
done in probably less than 10 minutes total. So, yeah, very delicious. And that's going to do it for us tonight. This will probably put us right under, and we'll be...
Food coma?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll be up in the morning. We took an alternate route towards home the next morning, exploring a bit more of the Nez Perce Clearwater National Forest back roads. We found Clarkia and beargrass in bloom, among other wildflowers. And before long, we were up on the ridgetop overlooking the Bitterroot Mountains. And wouldn't you know, we encountered a traffic jam along the way. After a day of exploring, we found a creekside camp and had one more quiet night out on the trail. Then the next morning, we packed up camp and headed for home. Thanks for joining us on the Selway Getaway. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel so we can meet again on our next adventure. Until then, we'll see you out on the trail.